Now, the picture that I'm showing you is the latest picture showing the institutional owners or investors onto the new stock and what they are currently doing. I mean, yes, I touched a bit on this over the weekend, but I thought maybe I need to do a quick video just explaining to some of the people, especially those that might not understand what this means. But before I go to that chart, please like this video, subscribe, hit or click that notification bell. I appreciate those that have been subscribing, that have been liking, that have been sharing the content that I do on a daily basis. I appreciate you guys, and I promise I'll keep them coming. I'll keep them coming. The share price of NEO might not be giving us what we want, but hopefully at the end of the day, we get a far greater share price onto NEO. But before wasting any more of your time, this is the chart that I am talking about. You will notice that obviously the bars, sometimes in December of 2021, they were at an all-time highs, right? And this simply means that institutional investors had loaded aggressively, and many investors were owning a lot of shares of NEO. But since June of 2022, there's been a serious decline in terms of institutional ownership of NEO from various institutions. I mean, you will see that sometime mid this year, July, the institutional investor had even cut down further. That those second and third bar from the last, you will see that they had really dropped, or they had really trimmed their holdings onto NEO, which is why even the share price of NEO was not responding positive. But right now, as we head into December, it looks like the new investors or institutional investors are back at it, are loading the boat like crazy, because even the amount of shares they own now, it's almost the same as the amount of shares they had back in June of 2024, which is showing something very much positive to say that, look, the institutional investors are indeed becoming confident again onto NEO. Someone might be asking, what's that black line inside those green bars, right? That is the share price. If you look closely, you will notice that where that last green bar showing the recovery, or showing institutional investors aiding or loading the boat, you will notice that the share price is just over $5, which is exactly where it's at. So the black line shows you the price or the share price of NEO, and you can see going into December of 2020, it hit an all-time high, the share price at, that is where we saw $66.99, and since then it has been coming down. But the way things are unfolding onto NEO, I think we need to brace ourselves for what is coming, because look, the NEO that we are seeing now is very much different from the NEO we used to see in previous years, and I think this one, it's very much different, and it is going to reward obviously those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price. In fact, I think we are going to see $66.99, who knows, sooner than I expected, because some people I see, well, the way NEO is performing, they are not believing. They think it's something that is for the short term, which I don't know, maybe, but maybe not, right? Because maybe or maybe not, right? Because in terms of news delivery performance, you can't really be sure, right? Because in terms of news delivery performance, judging from history, anything it's possible, but things are more positive than negative. So in terms of the share price recovery, I think we might maintain whatever share price that is coming, or the massive recovery, because fundamentals of NEO have grown so much in a way that obviously people now are starting to see, even big financial institutions, to say that the NEO that we are seeing right now, it's a NEO that is almost going to reach profitability, which is a very good thing, which makes me to look forward to what is coming. So yeah, my dear friends, blue sky is coming, and long term will win. I mean, there are quite a number of institutional investors that have came and changed their sentiment, their stock price onto NEO, like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citi, Macquarie. Then you've got Mizuho, you've got Bank of America, you've got Deutsche Bank, these are some of the institutions that have came and increased the price target onto NIO because they see the potential that lies within the stock. They see where NIO is headed, not only where it is at, but where it is also headed, and they can't help but load the boat, go in the market and increase their holdings onto NIO because they know one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. They know one thing, and that is those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price are going to be rewarded with time. Look, man, it does take me some time to create content like this, and yeah, that is why I always ask you to like this video, to subscribe, because you know, especially those of you that have been on the channel for quite some time, you know, all day every day giving you news, latest development, latest content. And when I started this channel, it started as a channel where I was discussing quite a number of stocks, both in my country and the ones listed in the US. But ever since last year, beginning of last year, this channel has been converted, or I converted this channel to become a NIO channel, because this is the stock that I'm heavily invested in, which contribute like what? Or constitute like 90% of my entire stock market portfolio, which I know to someone it might be risky, but look, regret is worse than failure. I rather be on the other side of people enjoying their rewards than being on the side where people are regretting as to why they did not increase their holdings or they did not buy more. So I rather lose than, of course, regret not participating, not going in and load the boat, which is why I go out there in the market and I do some research and I give you what I find. And these are the very same news that make me to load the boat. These are the very same news that makes me to remain long and strong onto NIO. So I hope you do enjoy the content that I give on a day-to-day. But anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, I like what is coming. I like what is unfolding. The big fishes, big financial institutions, we are in alignment with them now. They also see the potential. They sold it first, but now they see the potential. I mean, NIO has never been the same since August, right? In terms of deliveries, NIO has been doing the most, and my dear friends, this is something that we should be proud and happy about, because right now we know that fundamentals are so massive, are so robust, in a way that we know that ultimately the share price of NIO will follow the fundamentals that NIO continues accumulating, fundamentals that NIO continues building. So let's wait, let's see what transpires. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you all.